Okay, we're outside here on December 12th, and PSE&G has sent this truck because a tree has fallen over due to high winds, and it's on the power line. Now, it's not on the high voltage line, which is around 13,000 volts, and I don't know how many amps, probably hundreds of amps, maybe more. But this is the line that goes to my house, so it's probably, 220. So to them, it's not a big deal. It's not as dangerous. But nevertheless, they know it's a hazard because 220 could still kill you or do a lot of damage. And eventually it will go, meaning the tree will fall and the cable will break with wind and whatnot, and you'll end up with an unhappy ending. Plus, it might pull the wire out of the telephone pole, which might knock out more houses than just mine. So there you go. Now, I don't think they're going to remove the whole tree, or look, they're either going to cut the tree just below the point that it touches the wires and get rid of it and leave the leaning tower bit standing but below the wires, or they may cut the whole thing down, but they're going to leave it there anyway. I'll have a lot of firewood. The tree doesn't look healthy. I think it has passed on, so that's good. It's not a healthy tree that was taken out by the high winds, which also knocked over these Christmas decorations. So it's kind of interesting, but they know what they're doing, and they got some big equipment. So I don't know how he does it as far as, it's going to be interesting. See, he's got this, okay, it's motorized and it's a pole saw. And he's taking some branches off. It's fascinating to see how they work this. I mean, they know what they're doing. They've probably done hundreds, if not thousands of trees. If you're a model railroad and you like trackside scenes, you get some ideas how they do stuff. Now, it's not all electrical wires. One is a telephone wire, one is a cable wire. So those carry, minimal amount of electricity in there. Never heard of anybody getting electrocuted by a cable or telephone wire, but hey, who knows? But 220 volts, I think, could do you in if you're unlucky. Now, I'm assuming he's cutting those little branches off because he's trying to eliminate snags. But the weird thing is, one of those branches is what the tree's leaning on. Unless they've already determined that the tree's holding itself up and it's not dependent on the cable, which is possible because the tree is not completely broken at the bottom. It's not one of those scenarios where the ground became mushy from a lot of rain, although it has become mushy from a lot of rain, meaning, and the roots have loosened up. It hasn't. It's actually cracked at the bottom. It's a nice little video. See the guy's taking that branch off. Now, if they're wrong, and the tree's not being held up by that cable it's snagged on, then, we'll find out. I wish I had one of those trucks. Think how much money you could make going around cutting people's trees down. Dead trees, of course. I wouldn't cut down a good tree. But you know what? If you don't know how to use that truck, man, you're gonna cause a lot of trouble for yourself. Like backing up with that big beam, vertical, knock out the 13,000 volts. I'm sure you're fried right there. So, kind of like Han Solo. You just don't go to light speed. You fly right through a star or in an asteroid field and your trip would end real fast. Alright, maybe that's an exaggeration. Not that dangerous. Doing a nice job. It's amazing how sticky these branches are, so to speak. You know, they just stick onto each other. The other guy's right in there, man, with the pole pulling them down. I'm gonna have like a big bonfire later. See, it's weird. Ooh, there's the wires going back and forth. They say there's a lot of damage from high wind. A lot of damage. Cable's taking a lot of beating, man. Things falling on it. Wow. A lot of debris. So I'm guessing that when it comes to up top, he's gonna cut little pieces. The prior years are such a pretty tree. Alright. There goes the top. So oh, see that he's doing little chunks. Yeah, it'll be perfect firewood. He's got some blade trouble. With each little piece he cuts off, the tree is lighter and lighter. There's less and less tension on the wire. Ooh. I hope he doesn't kill that good tree.